The first thing I'm going to share with you is that what you're passionate about, what you're inspired about, and what you intuitively feel drawn towards is no mistake. So just remember, if you ever waver in your faith about what it is that you're doing with a goal you're working on, whether it be for like your health or your business or career or lifestyle, whatever it is, a dream that you have that you want to achieve, it's no mistake that you dream about that. It's no mistake that that inspires you and lights you up, and it's no mistake that you feel compelled and intuitively drawn to want to do that. The reason is passion, inspiration, and intuition are not of your thinking mind. They are of your spirit. They are of your soul. They are something. You don't choose what you're passionate about. It chooses you. It's something that comes through you. Same with intuition. It's not of your thinking mind. It's your sixth sense. It's beyond your mind and body. You feel it inside of you as like a nudge, a hunch, an urge, a compulsion towards something that feels right and feels good for you. Maybe you're not even sure why, but you just get this knowingness. Same thing with inspirations, creative ideas that come out of nowhere. You don't sit down and force those out of yourself. They're like gifts given to you. And so when you feel these things coming through you for your goals, dreams, and aspirations, you can always lean on knowing that you're on the right track. If you spend your life following your passion, inspirations, and intuitions while simultaneously overcoming your fears, you're going to have a very expansive experience of your life, because you are listening to and following your spirit, and you are evolving beyond the lower things of anxieties and fears that might keep you stuck in the personality self, where we are designed to meet our edge. As human beings, we are designed to go towards these aspirational, spirit-driven, expansive things, these goals, dreams, and aspirations, but we are also designed, as we go through that process, to meet the edge of our comfort zone, to notice our fears, anxieties, and to move through those so that we evolve in the process, right? We evolve who we are as beings, and we become closer and closer to our higher potential. So the second thing with your goals, dreams, and aspirations in this pep talk is, if it becomes a little overwhelming and you're like, I'm not sure what to do next, I'm not sure how to do this, it all seems like it's too big, I don't know where to start, which is what I hear from a lot of people when they've got something they want to do and it's like, well, I don't know how. It's ideal to know exactly how to do something, right? It's ideal to have it all mapped out in a roadmap, but you don't actually need to. You can just use this one statement that I use all the time, and that is, what is the next most obvious step? What is the next most obvious step? And it doesn't matter where you stand. If you just keep asking that question, what is the next most obvious step? Next most obvious step is, I need to do that, I need to do this. And that's all you do. And then you take action on the thing. And then you ask again, what is now the next most obvious step? What you have is a continuously unfolding process to take you where you want to go. And sometimes if you're a person who gets overwhelmed by the magnitude of a goal, dream, or aspiration, then taking that micro step-by-step process is really liberating and makes it feel a lot more achievable. The third thing is, with your goals, dreams, and aspirations, I always like to remind people to look closely. If you're not quite where you want to be yet, just look closely at what you might be avoiding, because sometimes when we think of our goals, dreams, and aspirations, we put them on a pedestal and we love to be in awe and wonder of them, and we like to play with the things that we're good at to try to make that happen, but we're not really doing all the things we need to be doing, and we can sometimes be avoiding some very critical pieces of the puzzle to bring our goal, dream, or aspiration into reality, from our soulful longing and desire into the tangible, so we can actually experience it as a result in our life. And it can be things like fears, anxieties, worries that keep us stuck, lack of self-belief keep us stuck. And so we avoid doing critical things to make the lifestyle happen, to make the career thrive, to grow the business, to whatever it is, to have the relationships and the connectedness that we want. So really look, willingly look with open eyes and open heart and open mind at what you might be avoiding that needs to be done, taken care of, taken action on, to help you really expand into the goals, dreams, and aspirations that you have. Okay. The next point in this 7-point pep talk is, love the process, not just the result. everybody wants the result. I want my goal, I want my dream, I want my aspiration, but not many people really want the path that takes them there, to the ideal health, to the ideal lifestyle, to the ideal financial situation. It's like, oh, I want that, but it's hard work to get there. If you can fall in love with the process, you will stop treating your life like a destination, and you will fall in love with the journey that it is. So when the process of doing the thing to make the thing happen becomes as enjoyable as the thing, what happens is you are so lit up and you will just naturally be taking action all the time. People often say, well, I'm self-sabotaging and I don't understand why I'm avoiding. And it's quite often, it's like the path to take you there, the process that you need to follow for a goal, dream, or aspiration, in many cases is just deemed in your mind to be unenjoyable, or to be hard work, or to be too much, or I'm not capable of it, or I'm afraid, or whatever it is. And so then you can't get to the end result because you're avoiding the very means by which to get there. So you have to start training yourself to love the process, and to find ways to fall in love with the process, to find ways to make it enjoyable for yourself. And so the other reason that's really important is because your life is a constant journey. You'll get to your result, your destination, and what will you do? You will set another goal, dream, or aspiration, and then again you will be in the middle of a journey and a process. So really, life isn't a destination of getting the thing you want. It is the journey of going there and going to the next thing and the next thing, because we are ever expanding beings. And so if you don't love the journey, you're going to miss your life. You'll blink and realize that you've been aggrieved about the process the whole time, wanting to get to the end result. But the end result is a moment of, I achieved that. That's awesome. And then what do? You set another goal and you're back into the journey and the process. So the majority of your life is journeying. So you want to find ways to enjoy the journey. Fifth tip in this pep talk for your goals, dreams, and aspirations is this. You need to address fear and anxiety that might be keeping you stuck. So no matter where you go when you are talking about a goal, dream, or aspiration, it is beyond what you currently know. Here you are in your comfort zone. It is somewhere out there beyond what you currently have and know. Therefore, by its very nature, it is outside the comfort zone. It is in uncertain territory. Your human nature, the way you are wired primitively, is that if you're going to go into uncertain territory, it's likely some kind of fear, doubt, anxiety, or worry is going to come up. There's nothing wrong with you if that happens. That is very natural. For everything that I've done that's beyond my comfort zone, I've had fear and anxiety about it. But I have learned how to address it and to work with my fear and anxieties, and to give that part of myself a better job and learn how to dispel and decrease the intensity of that energy, to be able to use my kind of what you might call edginess, that nervousness you get when you go outside your comfort zone, to use it to your advantage and not have it suffocate you or hold you back. So it's a process of edging your way forward, and step by step letting go and softening that intensity of anxiety and fear that you might have. And each time you step forward, you realize you're okay, and you realize you've done something and it's taken you beyond what you knew before, and you get more and more confident and comfortable doing that. But if you are waiting to have no fear, you're going to be waiting a long time. So don't wait. Learn how to work with your fear. You can utilize, I've got an overcoming fear class, I've got an overcoming fear guide. There's lots of materials that I've got that can help you to do that, okay? The sixth tip is spend as much time as you want and you can living in the vibration and the energy and the feeling of your aspiration and your vision. I spend time every day just naturally as I'm going about. Some people might call it daydreaming, but I live inside my mind and my feeling and my energy space in my end result, in my goal, dream, or aspiration. And I take care of my life as it is right now as well. And I enjoy dancing between the two. So wherever you are, you're going to take care of your life as it is, but you're also enjoying the feeling and the vibration and the energy and the goodness of where it is that you're going to. And allow yourself to do that, because sometimes if you're working on your goal, dream, or aspiration really hard, you can accidentally fall into struggle mode. I'm working really hard, I've got to make this happen, and you're doing all the things, and you lose the joy of it. You lose the end vision, you lose the vibration, the energy, the good feelingness about it. And so you want to allow yourself permission to regularly feel that. I love to do visualization for that, meditation, all sorts of things to just touch that end result that I'm creating in my life, because one, it feels good. and it will help you feel good now. And when you feel good now, you're much more able to act and attract the kind of life that you want to. And also it keeps you in motivation and keeps you in flow, taking action in a good way, in a joyful way, not in a forcing, frustrated, what I want isn't here yet kind of way. So you want to be in as good feeling space as possible. The second you are finding yourself forcing and frustrated when you're working on your goals, dreams, or aspirations is the time to take a break. Take a 5-minute break, take a day off, take a week off, take something to stand back, because force and frustration is never going to produce something great for you, okay? And then last tip is don't give up. Don't give up. Don't ever give up on something that feels passionate and inspired and intuitive and soul-led and like a calling from within you. Don't give up. Some goals take 5 minutes and some goals take 5 years and some goals take decades. And who cares? Do it because it's fun and because it lights you up, and do it for the joy of it. And you know, there's a very big difference between giving up on something because it's right to give up on it and there's nothing wrong with it. It's like you realize it's not what you want. Your life has changed, seasons of life change, and you realize this isn't what I want anymore. That's not giving up. That's called being smart, right? Giving up is like, I really, really want something and I'm done. You're better to stand back and take a break and surrender all your frustrations or whatever it is that's caused you to get into that giving up state. Like, I don't know how, I don't have answers, I'm not sure what to do. Very valid. Stand back and give yourself some time and a break and surrender and really calm yourself and give yourself space to rejuvenate the joy and the love and the passion for what it is that you want before you dive back into it. But don't give up. You know, I had this conversation with someone yesterday and he was saying to me that he's just had the thing that he's been wanting for 30 years and it's like come about, and it's like 30 years, and it's like, yeah, some goals you might think you take some action and something happens effortlessly, or you manifest something and it happens effortlessly, and other times it might be decades. And who knows why in the order of our soul journey some things happen really fast and others take longer, or why the universe seems to kind of throw at us everything we want in a nanosecond in some areas, but in other areas it's like we get signs and guidance, but we get many challenges and it takes a long time. I look at some of the goals that I've had or worked on or am working on now, and they seem to take a long time, and I'm like, those are the areas that have forced me to grow the most. Like, I've gotten so much smarter, so much more clever, creative, resilient, capable, and lit up because of it taking greater patience, greater strategic thinking, greater creativity, greater self-belief, right? Greater, so many things. So don't give up. Let yourself always, for the rest of your life, always have your goals, dreams, or aspirations, no matter how challenging it might be sometimes, and no matter what anyone else says, don't let them go. So I hope these 7 points have been helpful as a pep talk for your goals, dreams, or aspirations. If it has, please like and subscribe so we can stay in touch for other videos like this. If you know someone who could do with a pep talk around their goals, dreams, aspirations, please share it with them. And I look forward to sharing more videos like this with you really soon.